Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Good morning, Ola, Ovito, all of these things, man. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. The show where I get up in the morning and just do way too much. Now, today's show, I'm running late. You know, it ain't even no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But one of the things that I realized that your kids don't care about your schedule. You sit there, you have all the schedulations in the world. Your kids don't care about your schedule. I was up, I was ready to go. Then my son came in needing stuff. You know, he got a uniform, he got to be dressed and all that kind of stuff. He needed help with the ironing and finding this and finding Nemo and all kinds of stuff. There was a lot happening this morning in here. So I apologize for my tardiness. It's crazy because I was tardy yesterday and I'm tardy again. So I'm retarded today. Today I'm retarded. And there's just no excuse for it. No excuse for being retarded. Being tardy once is one thing, but being tardy over and over again, creating a pattern of tardiness, it's just retardiness. And I should be ashamed. But I'm not. Welcome to See You in the Morning, man. My horrible idea to get up in the morning and tell y'all way too much of my business, man. I'm, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If, for some reason, you've been here before and you found an robbery to come back and do this again, let's do it again. I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I definitely am appreciative. Let's get down to some of the minutia of the show. This show can do anything, especially on a Wednesday. And I think today might be Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So today's a Wednesday. You never know what will happen on a Wednesday. We've had everybody from the straights to the gays come in. We've talked about everything, and here on a Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that you got to leave your sensitivities at the door, because you don't know what might happen on a Wednesday. You just don't know. You just kind of go with it. You just be like, oh, this is happening, huh? All right, this is happening. So the only thing on this show that actually has any kind of order, that actually makes any kind of sense, is me speaking to the people in the morning. If I ain't sleep with you, I'm gonna speak with you. And those first three people that speak back get the M&Ms, the mythical medals. That's just a way of me showing my appreciation for you saying hello to me. And so let's go ahead and get those out. First up, man, good morning to the bronze medal winner, Kim Cat Thomas Jones. Good morning to you, Kim Cat Thomas Jones. Kim Cat Thomas. This is a lot. It's a lot of name. Coming in with the silver this morning. Good morning. It's Hunch Day. Courtney Weston and Murphy. Good morning to you, Courtney Weston and Murphy, the pride of North Carolina. Good morning. It's Hunch Day. That's right. Today is Wednesday. It's Hunch Day. You should be hunching. And your goal should be to hunch before lunch. Hunch before lunch. And the gold medal goes to TT, Tiny and Tasty, Miss Crystal Pinnell. Good morning to you. And again, as I've stated before, just to clear up any potential rumors, just to keep me out of the paparazzi, I don't know about Crystal's personal tastiness. I have no idea what her personal tastiness is. All I know is that a Pinnell sounds like something you can get from Panera. And I believe if you were to get one from Panera, it would be tasty. And she's a tiny person, so we've gone with Tiny and Tasty. TT. Crystal TT Pinnell. Courtney Weston and Murphy, good morning. Kim Cat Thomas Jones, the bronze winner. Also here is Princess. Good morning, Princess. We ain't seen you in a minute. Tamika, Tamesia, and Tamesia. All of them are here as well. Lisa's in the building. Joyce is in the building. Crystal Sex Appeal in the building. Shannon in here. Ida. Roberta. And the kid, look at you doing stuff. Made it to a live show. I hope you haven't made it to any dead shows. I don't know why people always say I saw him live. You didn't see him deceased. That's at a funeral. I get what you were saying to see at a funeral though, huh? Like if I had to put out flyers for my funeral, I'd be like, come see me dead at such funeral home. But that's a whole different story. Patricia Gale, good morning. Melissa Kuther, like Luther, is in the building. Antoine Sutton. They go Trouble. My man Rod the Monarch Tasco. What's up, my man? Rod the Monarch Tasco in the building. And my man Larry Hales is in the building. Me and Rod and I went to school together, man, in college, man. We go all the way back to the days of the Stinky Pinky. And in college, it's amazing some of the things that you remember from college. Yeah, I am in DC, Derek, March the 3rd. March the 3rd at the DC Comedy Loft, man. Go ahead and get your tickets to come out and check that out. I'm at the DC Comedy Loft. I got a lot of shows coming up, man. So, yeah, DC Comedy Loft. That's March the 3rd. That's a Sunday. We got to try to sell that thing out. We got to try to sell that out. Let's try to sell DC out. Let's try to sell DC. We mean business. Call Calvin and Ackman on the hurt line. Good morning. Good morning, Gabe Falou. That's my guy. Yoda. Jennifer, good morning. It's amazing the things that you remember from college. And Rod, you may want to back me up on this one. You may not, because you at a different point in your life. You're more professional. I took anatomy and physiology. I took kinesiology. A lot of those things. Yes, man, Corey. I'll let you know when the ticket's gonna sell for the special. I took a lot of classes. I don't remember a lot of stuff from anatomy and physiology. In anatomy and physiology, I had to tell you each bone of the body. I can't remember all of those. Those are not the wise words I remember from college. What I remember from college is the stinky pinky. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. That resonated with me. For some reason, that knowledge stayed with me all the way to being a grown man. And, on a hunch day, that's something that comes up. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Good morning, Tony Fogel. Those were the kinds of wisdom that I learned while in college. Man, whether that helps me at all in life, through the virginity. Antoine is saying, "Wait, what?" Yeah, that was something that was a popular phrase during college. It was a way to approach. Now that one I never. Now wait a minute now. Now that's Marche. You always got it. Now you talking about me? Here I go, Larry. Marche is taking it to a whole nother level. That's crazy. And that one, now no one ever taught me that. I don't even know how you do that physically. You can't get everything back there. But anyway, moving on. Ross said if you went to a sweat box, you got to add anatomy. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I went to sweat boxes when they were pure. You're not here? Okay. I went to the sweat boxes when they were pure. Back when this building isn't even on campus anymore. I don't think the old student union building at Norfolk State University. It was a small, rugged building, like the cross. It was a small, old, rugged building, and it contained many a memory for me as a young man, young and developing. And we used to have something called a sweat box. The reason they called it a sweat box was because it was a dance that was held in a very small room. I forgot what day of the week. I think it was on Wednesdays, either Wednesdays or Thursdays. It wasn't officially on the weekend, which is how I knew college was not set up for you to go to school. I realized that college was not an environment that was for you to go to school. Thursdays. And so we went in as a group of kids at the height of their pubescence, 18, 19, 20 years old. Really had nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. And you would get every Thursday, your loins would get ablaze. And you would go in there. And the room was small room. Just the memories. And hundreds of students would come from all over campus, on campus, off campus. It would just be students everywhere. And it was just, if I could give you all an illustration, it was like a baseball game. It was like a baseball game. It would be so many people in there. The walls were sweating. And the reason why I say it was like a baseball game, it was like going to the concession stand at a baseball game. Nothing but hot dogs and buns. The entire time. It was just grinding at a level. It was just grinding at a level that was unknown. And from 96 to 01, and that's about when I got there, Shannon. I got there in 96, and my mind was blown. I'd never experienced anything quite like the Sweatbox. The Sweatbox, your first time going in, you're not prepared. You're not ready. It's just a mixture of sweat, pheromones, and bad cologne. It was just young people. I'm gonna tell you what. Right now, I haven't been to an event like that before or since, like the Sweatbox, regularly every Thursday. But I'm gonna just tell you, the only position you knew as a man in the Sweatbox was a slight tilt back of your chest and a protrusion of your groin, and that's all you knew. You got to remember, this was during a time when music was pure. I think in 1996 was when 1996, 97, somewhere in that frame is when music began to change to a more pervasive. We had amazing anthems and we had spirituals such as Back That Thing Up that came out during the 99 to the 2000. That happened during the Sweatbox era when the Sweatbox was pure. Girl, You Look Good. Won't you back that thing up? We had songs such as Whistle While You Twerk. Never had there been a song that expressed the joy of cheek shaking like Whistle While You Twerk. It was a song of encouragement, a song that put so many women in great places. We had biblical scholars like Uncle Luke. Right, Danny. There was biblical scholars like Uncle Luke who remind us that Cap D was coming. There were questions. Sometimes you worried, you were concerned whether or not Cap D was going to arrive, but every Sweatbox you were reminded Cap D coming, Cap D coming, Cap D coming, Cap D coming, and the excitement you get, ride. You just be ready for Cap D to arrive. You don't even know why you were so excited about his arrival, but you knew that without a shadow of a doubt, you'd ask yourself before you go in, will Cap D be here? And you knew that Cap D's coming, Cap D's coming, Cap D's coming. It's great times. There were songs that led us and instructed us, helped us to grow as people. There were songs that gave us instructions for life. I believe there were many a woman who wondered where exactly to put it. And the great Negro poet Akinelli told us to simply place it in your mouth. And never had there been an anthem of such equality. I believe Akinelli's Put It in Your Mouth was one of the first songs that showed us the equality between men and women, women and men. It showed us that not only did men require for you to simply place it in your mouth, but women came back and gave very explicit instructions about what you could do with it. You could lick it, you could stick it, you could taste it. I mean, every drip drop, don't you waste it. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Oh, songs of violence. Songs of violence, all-time high anthems that you could sing. There were songs at that time that came with very explicit instructions. I believe if you've ever been in most buildings, there are fire. There are things that set up for fire, and it tells you explicitly, in case of emergency, break glass. In case of emergency, break glass. You knew exactly what to do. You knew not to break that glass unless there was emergencies. We had songs that told us simply knuck, but you weren't allowed to just simply knuck for the joy of knucking. No, everybody was not qualified to knuck. You couldn't just knuck simply because you were a person. No, you could only knuck if you're buck. You would have to really come back and look over yourself and look over your life, and you would have to ask, am I buck? Am I buck? And when you realize, yes, I am indeed buck, then the doors were wide open for you to knuck. You could take the ceremonial gesture of knuckage. Buck, if you buck, what? Nuck. What a time. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. And college shaped you. College shaped you. It did. It was a different time, and you would have songs like "Nucky You," but you learned so many amazing things. I was watching, especially if you had the HBCU experience. The HBCU experience taught you so much more than school learning. I think book learning was the last thing that you got. Oh, when Ludacris clearly explained to you that he had things to do and places to go, he was not for you to be in there. This is a lesson I've taken into life. When I'm in the left lane on the interstate and somebody is doing 55, 60 in the left lane on the interstate, move, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Knocking, bucking, and prepared to fight. I believe that's why we have a generation now that's fighting injustice, that's fighting for. I've seen some of the successes of the people who I went to college with, doctors, lawyers, judges, because they were knucking and bucking and prepared to fight. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. It prepared me for life. That was one of the big things that when my daughter was trying to make her decision on going to college, it was one of my biggest fears. It's not that I was inadequate. No, is that my daughter would choose the HBCU experience, and I wasn't ready for my daughter's cheeks to meet crotches. That was my concern. We send our children to college with the expectation of innocence and book learning. That's not what they learning. No, they're learning to drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl. They're learning to throw it in a circle. I'm pretty sure my daughter has never thrown anything in a shape. I was concerned that by going to an HBCU, that would be one of the first things that she learned. My daughter is so innocent, so pure. And I'm sure she's down there in school and college doing all kinds of stuff because I'm not there. She's not in my purview. I'm not able to see her. But I just know from the story she tells, the excitement of her learning to do the electric slide. That's the type of purity I wanted for her. She was so excited. Dad, I learned the electric slide. I'm trying to learn the Tamia dance. But now, alas, at the HBCU, that's not enough. I mean, you need to learn the electric slide in order to go to a game so that you can blend in with the alumni. But the reality is, you HBCU experiences You have to learn how to move each cheek individually. You learn the true meaning of WAP. You learn to throw that thing in a circle for a real one. A real one. And now, at least that song also qualifies who you can throw. See, ladies, we got to listen to the songs. We got to take them all in. That song doesn't tell you to simply throw it in a circle for anybody. Not for just anybody. If you are out there throwing it in a circle, have you done the qualify? Have you checked and seen? The song simply states throw that in a circle for a real one, and not just a real person, but a real no hard ER. You should be throwing it in a circle. You shouldn't just be throwing. See this, and this is what today is about. This is what a Hunch Day is about. Hunch Day is about reminding you of your value, of knowing your worth. Ladies, know your value, know your worth. See you, man. See you at 11. Yep. Love you. Remember to pick me up at a normal time today. Pick you up at an abnormal time. Yeah. All right. 3 o'clock. That's abnormal. Know your worth. Know who you are, ladies. See, so many times, man, you find yourself simply just throwing it in a circle for any Tom, Dick, or Harry. No, you should be doing real Negro qualifications prior to throwing it in a circle. If we did more, we would know more. If you know better, you do better. That's the problem. Stop throwing it. Stop throwing it in a circle for false Negroes. Make sure, do what I like to call a reality check. How real are you, sir? Well, in a circle it goes. So many of y'all be throwing it in a circle before you even find out whether or not he's real. You have no idea whether or not this Negro's real, and you've already thrown it in a circle. Don't you dare put it in a square before you dangle triangle. That's just me. That's just what I'm saying. You say my daughter's in school with Tom, Dick, and Harry. She is. She's in school with Thomas, William, and Harry. I just think about it. I wonder, while we're here, since we're here, man, this first thing in the morning, it's a Hunch Day. I wonder, because I'm going in late in life. I'll be having my first, grown up sexual experience late in life. I waited till 40, still holding on to my virginity. What do you think is the thing that you most remember from your first experience? Y'all ain't got to talk about it, especially if it was a trauma experience. I don't want to bring that up. But the awkwardness of your first experience. How do you feel? How do you feel about your growth? Do you feel that you have grown from your first time to yesterday? Have you grown as a person sexually from your first time to your next time? It's just weird, because I believe that as whatever you were, whatever age you started at, if you started 15, 16, 18, 19, I really think you thought you was getting it. I really think you thought you was getting it in. And I think you thought it was great. I think you thought it was amazing. Just to come to find out that grown-up stuff is different. As a grown-up, it's a lot different. You be like, hey, I thought I was, listen, you thought you was Clarence Carter. Clarence Carter made that song when he was 50. Clarence Carter made Stroking when he was 50. He made that song when he was 18, 19. That's a grown. He was speaking on grown-up experiences. When you was young, I think that you didn't value it when you was young. Now, of course, as a virgin, I'm gonna value it when I finally get me something. When I'm finally able to tear down a wall. And even if I'm not able to tear down the wall, maybe I just put in a little hole that you can hang a picture on. Shannon says back then I had no idea what the big O was, but you thought you were. You man, listen, you thought you was going through that alphabet at all capital letters. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O. You thought you was there from the P. You knew the alphabet. You knew if this N gives you an O with his P, you was in there. No Q. I am witty. I just thought that up. If that N gives you an O with his P, there were no L's if that N. Huh? Man, if that N gives you an O with his P, did y'all hear that? Y'all are getting all of this free on a daily basis? It's crazy. That is crazy. Did you? That is crazy. Tell Cat Williams to do that. That's crazy. So everybody should have grown. I think that's one of those things that you grow with as you get older. You start to learn. People say you begin to know your body more the older you get. And that's just because you've been living with it longer. You know? You've been living longer. Now they say a lot of women haven't had the big O. Now, according to some research that I'm doing online, and I had to really be careful which website I went to. I was gonna have to clear my cache. Uh, Women can have the big O from stimulation to the clitoris, the vagina, or the cervix. I didn't even know about the cervix, or some combination of the three. You may also be able to experience it from other areas of the body as well. And then they are giving you ways to figure out which way you can do it. This health line is there a certain type? No, it's all encompassing term for any type. Uh-oh. They done got me. Yeah, they got me. They locked me up. They done locked me up. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. Oh, they won't let me out. They got me on lockdown over here. So let me go ahead and slide to the other side here. I don't even know. I don't even know what happened. They froze me up again. Y'all froze me up again. So let me see. Where were we on the? Oh, this whole thing just went bye bye. That's crazy out. It's crazy out here. I lost everything. They're taking everything. They're taking everything. So I think we've done the research. Well, not me personally. I haven't researched at all. I have no idea what's happening out here in these streets. But I think they've done research and they've come to find during the research that there's a vast majority of women who've never experienced the letter O. For some women, there's only 25 letters in the alphabet. Just for some, not all women, but for some women, there are but 25 letters. And I don't know how the numbers work on that. But there are and and I don't know how you get around that. the government. If you actually go to the government says more than 90% of men usually experience the big O in their intercourse. 90%. Men, you're in, you're gonna win. Among women, this proportion is only around 50%. This research says this is a problematic observation from the perspective of both sexual rights and sexual health frameworks. About 50%. 50. Ladies, you got no chance. Ladies, is a coin flip every time. Guys, ladies, hey, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. We wished better for you. We were hoping better for you, but it just didn't happen. That's a crazy stat. That stat alone is crazy. That's just wow. Ladies got a 50-50 chance. But Marseille, so with that, is that the move? What should Lisa says the big O doesn't happen with everybody. It takes that one. It's a special guy that makes that happen. Men think they know what they're doing, but most don't know the women's anatomy. And see, this is the question that men, fellas, I'm here for y'all. Because here's the problem. So many times, ladies, y'all are making the men feel like they're getting you there. I don't think any man leaves the room thinking he didn't. I think a lot of y'all are perpetrating, and so we don't know what to do. When they say that a man doesn't know a woman's anatomy, is because a lot of times, now everybody can't be Marche. I'm sure Marche gives out a pamphlet with all kinds of directions. It gives you all the angles you need to. She's probably got like one of those little construction maps to show you exactly where all the walls are, openings, spots, and all kinds of letters, G spot, H spot, all of those spots, right? So I'm sure Marche is just different, right? But not every woman does that. Not every woman does that. So now you got two people engaged in mutual combat. The guy thinks he's got a fatality, but in reality, nothing has happened. And ain't nobody told nobody nothing. He walks off, he gets done. Traditionally, he calls his boys when he's done. You know what I did? Put the key in the lock, turned it. He's walking away with a feeling of, I got mine, so I know she got hers. You should have heard her. She was making all kinds of noises. I had her in there. I had her in there screaming like a horror film. Next thing you know, she part of the 50%. I know there's some telltale clues if she goes to the restroom immediately and stays in there for a while. Fellas, that's usually not her toothbrush. I know she tells you, hey, I'm going in there to brush my teeth. But go back and look and see if she actually has an electric toothbrush. She ain't hiding it. That won't her toothbrush. Just let you know that now. You thinking it is, but it won't. Ladies, I want y'all to put it out there so that men can know. And so that when I finally go get me some, I can be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Ladies, what are some things? How do we open the lines of communication? How do we open the lines of communication so that you can let the man know, hey, that didn't do it for me, without crushing a man's spirit? And you can't go in there and crush his spirit. You can't walk in a room and be like, hey, man, that ain't it. I don't even know if that's wood. That must be that laminate. That ain't no wood down there. That laminate. That fake wood. That's though you put on the floors. How do we open the lines of communication betwixt people? People in couples, marriages, husbands and wives, girlfriends, boyfriends. Do y'all talk openly? Do y'all talk openly about it? Natasha said he gonna be crushed no matter how you say it. But what about an open conversation? Have you ever just sat around dinner? You be like, man, this steak is delicious. Speaking of meat, how do you enjoy mine? Good morning, PP. Patricia Pippin. Lisa says not a guy doggone thing. It's got to be something. You got to be able to be at the table. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to discuss it over a bowl of Alfredo, but shouldn't you be able to openly just be like, hey, just let you know I like this, I like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. You got to be able to. Am I wrong, ladies? What are the questions that you want to ask, fellas? Do you have to put your pride to the side and be able to accept how crushing of a blow? Lisa, that's what we want to get to. We want to get to where it's ding, 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 jackpot. When I give you the ding, 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 we want you to hit the jackpot. How do you all discuss it? And I know this is probably a question I should be asking Malira because she's a therapist and she does this. But I'm asking y'all from a practical perspective. How do you do it? Men, are you willing? Let me ask the fellas here. Men, are you willing to find out you've been doing it wrong? Fellas, are you willing? Are you willing to find out that you've been doing it wrong? Because in your mind, you listen, you've been standing on business. Are you willing to find out? See, there's Marche calling it foreplay. And see, and I know you spelling it wrong, Marche, but I believe you do think about, I do think you got 4 different plays. I don't even think you. If she tells you something she doesn't like, are you willing to make a change? Here's the question, right? This is what, and I guess it should be fun per se. If you're in a committed relationship, where do you get to practice? So for me, right, I'm a comedian. I travel all over the country and I comediate. I can go to an open mic and just try something out. I can just get on stage, like, here's a new joke I'm working on. I'm gonna just try this out and then be prepared for the big show. Man, we don't have a place that you can go. You can't, it ain't no, I mean, unless y'all got a super open relationship, ain't nobody you can go try something new out on. Oh, Chanda. Listen, Chanda, and let me tell y'all something. She grew up in the sweatbox area when the sweatbox was pure. And see what this created. See the types of questions created in that environment. More importantly, if you don't feel comfortable giving the person constructive feedback, is that even the person for you? Wow. Lakeisha said practice on the peach. First of all, the produce prices are high, but you also don't know if that works. And now you got citrus in your region. You don't, I'm sure that's gonna lead to some type of infection. If you in there sexing fresh fruits, it's got something's going wrong somewhere. When the sweatbox was pure, there was a time. Snoop said you gotta watch videos, get ideas, and try. Are people really watching pornographic videos as a learning tool? He said, why is you practice it? If it's horrible, try again. I think your ego is in there though. I just think I've never been a woman. Never been a woman. Now never had an Illuminati humiliation ritual. Just I never been a woman, so I don't know what it's like to be a woman. But I think men have a certain level of pride. I think that, and remember, I'm speaking from a place of never having sex. I'm like those people who tell you how to raise your kids that don't have kids. I speak this from a place of virginity. But I know men, I think there's a pride involved too. See this right there, Keisha. See, that's the whole thing. I don't know if any man, I don't know how any man can walk in and be like, if you hit me with a sir, get up, yo, that's it. We never doing it again. You ever hit me with a sir, get up? If you ever hit me with a what is this? If you hit me, what the hell is going on between my sheets in my home? It's crazy. No, but we can talk about it. That's not no. That's done. It ain't no way. And I'm just telling you, even as a virgin, I know my first time's gonna be awkward. I'm already ready for that. But if she hit me with a, hey, yo, get up, let's talk about it. No, if you open up a conversation when you both be opening up your legs, no, I'm not having no talk with you. I'm barely not committing suicide after that. No, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna have to go through this horrible experience. We're gonna finish whatever I'm doing horribly. Because what we're not gonna do is have me get up and talk about it. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, and I get you gotta learn your mate. That's fine. I understand that. Your mate, your partner, whoever you with. But what you're not gonna do is tell me, hey, calm down, cuz. Let's talk. No. Yes, Keisha. Let that man finish. Then you discuss it. You let him make all the Forrest Gump principle noises. Let all of that. Then when it's done, that what the song say. If you listen, Boys the Men said it best, and then 112 said it right after them. Now that we're done, what are you thinking? Should we talk about it? He didn't say now that we're in the middle of this. The song states, now that we're done, what are you thinking? Why we gotta suffer? You gotta suffer. It's one experience. If it's with your spouse, if it's with your mate, your significant other, you hoping that you gonna be getting more. You hoping this ain't the last time. I think the great Negro poet Jaheim even hit y'all up with the guilt trip just in case I don't make it home tonight. He says we not finishing no trash. We definitely not doing that. If I was trash, I would receive that. No, you wouldn't. Well, Keisha, you know what? You know what? I know Keisha, not biblically. And Keisha might be telling the truth. Keisha is performance driven. She works in corporate America, so she's different. She's if you put her on a performance improvement plan, she's okay with that. Like she's good. Give me a write up, whatever. I think Keisha really is the type that you'd be like, if the guy who was in the middle, he'd be like, hey, you all right? You all right? You dehydrated? You been drinking? No, this is just a lot of friction down there. You're not producing no juices. I'm just it was a little rough in there. There was some chafing. And I think she'll accept that and try to you'll get through it. But she said, I dated a guy who just didn't have it, even after being told how and shown. I couldn't date him anymore. I had to have that convo. You left him because he won't stroking you right. She said, holding all questions and concerns until the end sounds like some Mr. and Seeley. So, reading that situation, let me ask the ladies and the fellas, let me ask everybody. And we may have discussed this before, but let's just refresh my memory. Is bad performance breakup worthy? Is a bad performance breakup worthy? If I come and be like, or don't, if a man is just not giving it to you there, if I bring everything else to the table, I'm emotionally supportive, I'm physically supportive, financially supportive, I believe in your hopes and dreams, I'm a great listener, we have common interests, even our interests that aren't common, I support you in those. If I can get everything right, except that, if I get everything right except that, break up. They go, hey, Ross say, hey man, eating is important to me, sexually and non. If she can't cook, is it okay for me to leave? She's hit every other standard that I asked. She just can't cook. So I leave her. Well, Berta said when I was younger, yeah, that was it. But now that I'm grown, she's like, no, man, it's the other stuff. Keith said he be out. Keith said I'm roll. Peace. I had a coworker who divorced her ex because of bad sex. That sounds like an episode of Maury. I divorced my ex because of the sex. A friend of mine told her husband she's not getting anything out of it. He was crushed. Of course he was crushed. Man, I don't know. I think that's my fear. I think that's my fear for when I finally get some. I think that's my fear. I think that's why the Bible had it right by telling you to get married before you do it. Because now you're in here. You in here. Now legally it's gonna cost you to leave me. That's my fear. Because men, you never really know. You think you know, but you have no idea. We can't come to a mutual understanding of some type of something after 3 shots, you out of there. It's like baseball, 3 strikes, you out. You got 3 bad experiences. Are y'all reading this? Do you know the pressure that y'all putting on a brother? That's heavy pressure. I better get this right. Man, what happens after that second bad sexual experience? Tell you now, you're not getting no more. I'm holding it in. If I've already got 2 strikes on my record, I'm not giving you nothing until you get to the point where you got to SVU me to where you take it. And so if you taking it, if you just that desperate for the loving, it's gonna be good no matter what happens. Studies show that men who engage in manly activities and sports are better in bed. I play pickleball. So let me ask you this, ladies, and then I'm getting ready to get out of here, man, because I got to go to a Catholic mass today. That's going from this to Catholic mass is crazy. That's crazy. Cooking is one thing. I think cooking, yeah, everybody can learn to cook. We can teach a monkey to cook. Let me ask y'all this. Dang it, I done forgot my question. I had it. It was there too. It was a good question. Oh, here's the question. Ladies, if he's not getting it together, let me just ask y'all this. Do y'all have a problem with taking control in there? So a lot of times, we talk about the different positions. Um, I believe the great Negro poet said that doggy style was his favorite position. Then he switched it, flipped it. Ladies, do y'all think taking control of the situation? Oh man, hopefully you ain't got that big murder trial that's just starting down there, Snoop. If you do, man, it's crazy. Chris Brown said if you can. They also say that in the wobble. They say I heard the man that can dance could possibly get down with the tool in his pants. Now, Twan, that's interesting. Twan say warm the oven up before you put your meat in there. Before you put that steak in the oven, preheat the oven. Preheat the oven. If your man ain't getting it in, ladies, is it okay for you to take control? Men, do you feel some kind of way if the lady takes control of it? Do you feel like you might be inadequate if she decides to get on top all the time? If y'all get ready to get in and she's like, no, I got it. You just lay there. Does that mean, ladies, is that a sure sign that he ain't getting it done? Is that a sure sign that he ain't doing what he's supposed to do? Lisa says, not all the time. It's crazy. She said, most of the men, we not 18 anymore. That's crazy. Most women are gonna take control of their own with or without you. That's an interesting thought process. With or without you. Either way, it's getting done. I don't see nothing wrong with her taking charge at times. I don't see nothing wrong. Look, I don't know. I don't know about the bragging. I'm unable to brag. I have nothing. What can I tell you? I'm, as a virgin, what can I be like? I'm always gonna be polite. Hey, you're gonna go home early. You know, don't worry about shaving. Nothing happening. Um, Coming from a virgin's perspective, it ain't a whole lot for me to brag on. It's gonna be, it's gonna be awkward. Is what I'm getting ready. What? How do I walk up to a lady and tell her, "Hey, baby, hey, I'm a virgin. You give me some. It's gonna be a little weird. It's gonna be animal noises. If you want something done right, do it yourself. If you want you done right, do you yourself." I think that's a great point. I think that there are times where men want to feel wanted. I think it's about the wanted feeling. I think it's more about because when it's always you as the guy, you be like, is she even enjoying this? Does she even like being here? Because I know that women a lot of times are like, I gotta do this to please my man. I gotta please him. I gotta please. And so now it's like a chore. It's like washing the dishes. And you be like, the sink full. I gotta go ahead and empty that sink. Y'all feel the same way about the sack. Sack full. Let me go ahead and empty the sack. Women have to sometimes just take it. And he'll get with the program. You got a man, I'm pretty sure you got a man, y'all laying in the bed beside each other. You just reach over and grab the joystick. I'm pretty sure he's gonna let you play the rest of the game. If you reach over there and grab the controller, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be like, oh no, I was reading a book. I'm on my cat Williams. Not your home, not your HOA fee. That's hilarious. I don't know. I'm gonna just tell y'all, man, you guys are gonna make my wedding night amazing. Because if I continue to take the information that you all give me and just apply that to my real life, man, when I finally get some, it's gonna be great. I can just imagine it. You don't know what a little virgin like myself, some of the thoughts I have. It's crazy. Let's get into the word of the day. Today's word of the day is tenant. Tenant, not a tenant. That's a person that lives in the home, but a tenant. Tenut. It's not about the number of, see, y'all's minds is in the wrong place. Y'all are thinking 10 nuts. No, that's completely different. Whether that's even possible, when I believe if you make a woman do that, she's yours forever. But that's neither here nor there. A tenet is a principle, belief, or doctrine that is held to be true by members of an organization, movement, or profession. On the first day at the Fashion Institute, Marta learned the basic tenets of the fashion industry. A principle, belief, or doctrine that is held to be true by members of an organization, movement, or profession. What are the things that you stand on? What are the things that you believe? I think that's important. Anytime that you join, anytime that you join an organization, a group, or whatever, y'all should have some basic tenets that y'all live by. That y'all are like, these are the things that we stand on. Change the first one to charge the first one. So that's why I can let her know. I'd be like, hey, just let you know, there's gonna be a lot of excitement. I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. That's what I'm gonna have to tell her as a virgin. I'm walking in, hey, I'm going in there just like a preacher. I won't be before you long. I'm not gonna be before you long. There you go. Today's right in the middle of the week, man. We at what many people call Hump Day. We call it Hunch Day here on the show. And you know, I'm all about you hunch before lunch. Of course, we have these informative conversations, real grown up talk. Because now y'all done brought HOA fees. I was like, what's a hoe fee? I didn't know you had hoe fees. I thought that had something to do with the sex because we had been talking about sex the whole show. And you like, if you pay my mortgage and my hoe fees, I was like, not your hoe fees, not the hoe fees. I didn't know y'all had those. I didn't know. I guess that would make things a lot easier if you just go in off the top and pay your hoe fees. I'm paying my hoe fees. Um, but you know the thing about it is hunching for most people feels good. It's a pleasant experience. It changes, all of the pheromones in your body and put things out. But now, here's the thing. The key of it is most of us do it to feel good. Some of us do it to express our emotions and our feelings and love. But a lot of times, the basic tenet of having sex and those who are out there having it is for you to feel good. So that's why on Wednesdays, I encourage you to hunch before lunch. I mean, I really want you to really get out there and make somebody feel good today. I want y'all to be the conduit. I want y'all to be the reason somebody feels better, somebody enjoys their day. And it don't have to be a stranger or somebody else that you know. It could be yourself. Make yourself feel good today. I think we all can find ways to find our sexual happiness point. Well, all of y'all, because I haven't gotten to mine yet. But can we find our own happiness in our lives and the things that we do and just being us and just living and just going through our day to day? Try to find that, man. So that's what Hunch Before Lunch is. Make somebody feel good, even if that somebody just happens to be you, even for just this one day. If only for one night. Man, we had some good songs back in the last night. I love the stranger. Crazy. Let me do my job for sponsoring stuff. Let's Line Dance is tonight. Let's Line Dance is tonight in Portsmouth, 4051 Cedar Lane. Get out there, get your line dance on. A night of laughs and music with Jason Earls is coming up. 2/3/24, and nope, that already happened. Where's the flyer that I'm looking for? Nope, that ain't it either. I'm in Landover, Maryland this weekend. Hold on, let me find that flyer before we get off. I'm in Landover, Maryland this weekend, 3 days. MLK, because Martin Luther. If we know anything about Martin Luther King, he was about hoes and jokes. So y'all be ready. We got this Martin Luther King Day weekend comedy show. I'm on that. So that's this weekend in the Landover, Maryland area. I don't know the exact city. I think it says Lanham, Maryland, and I was like, that don't even sound right. What's a Lanham? But when I looked it up on the GPS, it was like near Landover. So there's that. Let me find that out. Bring your friends, bring a cousin, get somebody to come out there. I think everybody can come out there. We had an interesting conversation yesterday on the number of bedrooms they had on Good Times. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I want y'all to think about it real closely. How many bedrooms did they have in the house? I say there was 2 bedrooms, but I had somebody say they only saw 1 door. No, they only saw 2 doors, one for the bathroom, one for James and Florida's bedroom. Just think about it real quick before you go. But yeah, here's the Martin Luther King Day Comedy Takeover. That's going to be at the House of Comedy. It's going to be at the House of Comedy in Maryland. Annapolis Road, Lanham, Maryland. House of Comedy and Jazz is the name of the show, the place, the House of Comedy and Jazz. Apparently, I'm working myself to death. What is this? 4 shows, Friday, 2 Saturday, and 1 Sunday. 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. So you got 4 opportunities to come out, check your boy out. This one I'm pretty excited about. I'm at the Met Theater in Philadelphia, out here doing these theater shows. So that's myself, Tommy Davidson, Pierre, Damon Williams, Charles Walden, Barbara Carlisle, all heavy hitters when it comes to comedy. I'm talking about, you got some winners. You got Tom DeVarnell, man, did you miss me? So that's Philadelphia. Those tickets are on sale now. That's March 17th. And let's see. And even before that, March 10th, the week before that, I'm in Delaware, Second Service Christian Comedy Show. I'm going out there telling jokes for Jesus. That J for J is happening. Not for the JJ, J for J. J for J. So there you go. There you go. Try to come through and check out any of those shows. It'll be great. It'll be great. Lynette, I need that check to hit since I've already given the information about the show. So I need you to hit it. I expect the ding 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 on the Cash App. As a grown man, that's the only time I'll be looking for ding ding, if that's on the Cash App. That's the only ding ding I'm interested in, is the sound of my Cash App. When am I coming to that? Man, Jeff, I'm trying to work it out to come to Texas, man. I am trying to work it out, man. I'm doing all that I can to get out there, man. But you ain't even in Dallas. You in Waxahachie or something about waxing coochies. I don't know what it is, but we got it. All right, we're getting out of here. That's the dance class information right there. 4051 Cedar Lane in the capital of Virginia, Portsmouth. All right, I'm out of here, man. We're gonna, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We'll be able to do this all again on tomorrow, man. I appreciate you. Fantastic day. Until then, I'm out.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you back play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah.